Today on CCX News, arson confirmed. What investigators are now saying about a Golden Valley fire at a political group's office. Federal investigators confirmed a January fire at the headquarters of a conservative think tank was intentionally set. Several conservative organizations, including the Center of the American Experiment, had offices in a building off Interstate 394 in Golden Valley. Multiple fires in the building that the federal ATF says were started on the first and third floors caused significant damage. The center previously offered up to a $100,000 reward to anyone that helped solve the crime. The Osseo School Board voted down a request to remove a book from a school library. A district resident asked the school board to remove a book titled What Girls Are Made Of by Elena Arnold from the Osseo Area Learning Center. She said the content wasn't acceptable for a school.
The book in question, What Girls Are Made Of, is sexually explicit, obscene, and pornographic. It openly promotes and normalizes sexual behavior to impressionable teenage girls.
Some board members agreed, saying the book is not school appropriate. Others said the book, which addresses topics like abortion, could benefit some readers.
My concern is that this book does not value a teenage girl's self-worth or image, which is the opposite of the mission statement on the wall behind me.
What this book challenge shows is that book bans also seek to remove the freedom for students to learn about themselves and others.
The Osseo School Board vote was 4-2 in favor of keeping the book. A new place of worship is under construction just west of Plymouth. A new Hindu temple breaks ground on Hamel Road in Medina this Saturday. Right now, it's just an empty lot. Here are some renderings of what the temple will look like. Area leaders say the project is entirely funded and supported by volunteers. The congregation currently worships in a former Salvation Army building in Brooklyn Center, so this is a big upgrade. Harin Desai says the temple is formally called a mandir, a place for community, service, and worship.
As a facility where people, like-minded people, similar values come together and they can pursue a common purpose.
Desai says the space is open to everybody. The project will take about 2 years. Anyone is welcome to attend the groundbreaking on Saturday, July 6th. It starts at 9 and goes until 11:30 at the site on Hamel Road. A vote at a recent Plymouth City Council meeting drew a loud applause.
Washi.
Aye, and that unanimously passes. So thank you, everyone.
The Plymouth City Council approved a so-called inclusionary housing policy. It allows the city to assure affordable housing in future projects if developers receive financial assistance. Residents in support spoke out about the significant need.
We see a tremendous amount of need from Plymouth residents, both in our emergency food shelf as well as in our housing program. When that basic need of housing is solid, schools see an increase in attendance, academic proficiency, just participation in enrichment opportunities, and overall greater family engagement.
The policy took 2 years to come together. One council member called it long overdue. The city of Golden Valley selected its new city manager. The city council selected Noah Schumann, Golden Valley's current interim city manager, to take on the permanent role. Schumann previously served in leadership roles with the city of Duluth and in Minneapolis. According to AAA, a record number of people are expected to travel over the 4th of July holiday, and most of them will travel by car. Delane Cleveland joins us now from Brooklyn Park with advice on how to get to your destination safely.
Emily, more than 60 million people are expected to hit the roads during this 4th of July holiday. But experts say before you get on that road trip, you need to make sure that your tires are in good shape.
It's very important, right? Air pressure checks, tread checks, and tire age. Those are the three main components of tire safety.
At the Discount Tire in Brooklyn Park,
Typically, we are pretty busy this time of year.
safety is top of mind as crews help folks right before they go on their big holiday road trips.
Holiday weekends, yeah, we're typically more busy, doing the air pressure checks, doing tire inspections. Hey, I'm going out of town, I'm going to Michigan, can you check my treads? Those type of things, yeah.
To the rest of America, this week is all about Independence Day. But the tire manufacturing industry has dubbed this as National Tire Safety Week. Scott Brown says a few things can happen if you don't check the condition of your tires.
Safety, right? Stopping distances can be increased or decreased depending on inflation. When you have vehicle load, you have a trailer, you have all those coolers, the tire can become overheated, and that can create some issues with tires starting to bulge or separate due to overheat.
Checking your tire pressure is one of the first things you should do before a long trip. It's one of the services they provide as a courtesy.
Right now, I'm checking the air pressure. We have an auto-inflate system that monitors tire pressure.
But people are encouraged to do this on their own about once a month when tires are cool. Incorrect pressure can lead to uneven wear and poor gas mileage. Then there's the tread.
You can always use a penny to check your tread depth as well. Basically, if you can see Lincoln's head, it's time to replace your tires.
Whereas if you place a penny in the tread on a new tire, Lincoln's head is completely covered. It's a simple tip to help you get from point A to point B without any issues.
All right, thank you, sir.
For a few more tips on tire safety, we have a link on our website at ccxmedia.org. In Brooklyn Park, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
That does it for this segment. Have a safe and happy 4th of July weekend. We'll leave you with a preview of the upcoming music in Plymouth fireworks. Enjoy.
The Wayzata baseball team lost just one game this spring, and one of their top players capped his career with a big award. Chaz Moots has the story.
Riley Leatherman was dominant on the rubber all season for the Wayzata baseball team. His excellence was paid off this week when he was named Mr. Baseball as the top senior player in the state.
My first reaction was there's no way. I don't know why, I just didn't believe it. And then I just kind of kept realizing, kept reading it, and hit me, and I'm this is really cool. I'm really happy I got to see all my hard work pay off.
Leatherman went 7-0 on the mound this spring with an ERA of 1.21, but his stats and accolades weren't the top priorities on his radar.
Bobby, about a week or two before the banquet, he kind of told me I was a finalist, and I didn't even know I was up for the award before that. I was kind of just focused on the season and going out and winning games, but it's always a really cool thing to win, so very happy I did. But I wasn't really trying to chase winning Mr. Baseball.
On a larger scope, Wayzata High School had 3 of the top student athletes in their respected sports, with Stella Swenson winning Miss Volleyball in the fall, Jackson McAndrew earning Mr. Basketball in the winter, and Leatherman taking home Mr. Baseball this week.
We have people that compete and are some of the best athletes in the state at every sport. So I think it just kind of shows our athletic program is one of the best in the state, and I believe one of the best in the country overall. I think it's just really cool to have that many people go on and have that much success, especially in so many different sports. It's really cool seeing people succeed.
And if you couldn't tell from the loft and dorm room, Leatherman is at the University of North Carolina taking summer courses and training with his new Tar Heel team, already adapting to some curveballs thrown his way.
It's so hot down here every day. I gotta walk everywhere, so I'm getting used to that, but then just kind of using my time wisely, and if I have a free hour, I'll try to knock out some reading. Still kind of making the adjustment.
In Plymouth, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
A great spring wrapped up the school year in high school sports in the area. Here's a look at some of the most memorable moments.
Swenson, this just went out to left down the line. That's going to drop it. His 3rd hit of the day. It's one score.
It was one of the last sports of the season for the team.